What's up, y'all? It's Kari Zane, and I'm back with another video. This video is gonna be for my trans youth. I just want to talk about them for a second, because I got a comment on a video. People's like, I blame the doctors for people transitioning, but right now we're gonna talk about the kids, right? It was like, and it's so sad. These kids, they're pushing this transgender onto these kids, and woo doo doo woo. Let me tell you something. First of all, in order for a child to, medically transition, right, for them to get on hormones, they have to go through, most of the time they have to go through a therapist. 9 times out of 10, like most places, they have to go through a therapist and be diagnosed. I think with gender dysphoria, I could be wrong, but even if they don't go through a therapist, they have to have consent from their parent or their guardian. Now, the way any type of drug work in the United States is you usually go to the doctor, right? Say if you have like depression or anxiety, they're gonna give you a drug for it. Like, that's what America does. Like, come on now, America's the biggest drug dealers in the world. Like, it's unfortunate, but that's what they do. They're gonna offer therapy. They will offer you therapy, and they will offer you drugs too. Like, that's just what it is. Like, if you go to the doctor and you say, I have depression, they're gonna give you antidepressants. You go to the doctor and say, I have anxiety, and give you like Zoloft, Xanax, or, any of the other anxiety drugs. That's what it is. Same thing if you go to a doctor and you say, I do not want to be in this body. I don't like, being a, whatever you are. Say if you were born a female, you say, I don't like having female parts, and I don't like having, a female body. They're most likely going to be like, we have something for that. This will change your body parts and the way you look, the way you sound, and everything. And most of the time, the kid or, whoever, they be like, I would like to take that. That's how that works. Just like any other drug that you get from a pharmaceutical in America. That's how they work. But being that it's a child, right, they have to have consent from the parent or the guardian. So, with my question, how can you blame the doctor? The doctor just doing their job. A doctor's job is to sell drugs. Duh. Everybody knows that. That's just like you going to the doctor and you saying, oh, my back is hurting, my back is hurting, my back is hurting. Like, I got back problems. Ooh, I got back problems. I got back problems. You know what they can prescribe you? A painkiller, an opioid. And what you gonna do? Get mad and be like, oh my God, I don't have a bowel movement, and I've been popping Percocets every day. Duh, that's the side effects that come with it. When you get these drugs prescribed to you and you sign those papers, they tell you the side effects of it. Other than that, these companies that, sell testosterone and stuff like that and prescribe it, they would be getting lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. And people will be filing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. But you know why those lawsuits don't go through? It's because either a parent or an adult has gave consent for them to, give them that drug. And also you are aware of the side effects. So I'm trying to figure out how is it a doctor's fault that, how is it the doctor's fault? They're just doing their job. The parent is the one who gave the consent to give the drug to the child. So I don't understand. These people just be looking for somebody to blame. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Kids medically transitioning and my point of view on it, how I feel about it. Honestly, I feel like they need to leave it at 18. For a medical transition, you should just wait until you're 18. And here's why. Let me say this. I completely understand that you may not, some children real life suffer from gender dysphoria, right? Some have gender euphoria. They just find euphoria in identifying in another gender that they were assigned at birth. I understand that, right? I totally understand that. But you have people out here that want to blame and play the victim when it comes to hormones and transition and stuff like that. They want to blame the trans community and act like we're just tormenting and hurting the kids. When most of the time these kids go and tell their parents or go and tell a doctor that they do not like their body parts, they don't like this, and this, and this, and this. And then ask their parents, can they get on that HRT or something like that, and their parents go ahead and do it. And then some of these kids will turn around and say, "Oh no, I didn't want to take hormones. I didn't want to." And then they try to blame their parents and say, "Oh, why, why did you let me do that?" You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, they grow up and regret it, and that's just what it is. Or they just didn't know and were confused. That's why I say just leave it at 18, because that's the stuff don't nobody got time for, honestly. Don't nobody got time for that. And then, like I said, HRT, once you get on that, it can be life changing. Like certain things will not go back to being the same. And then you have kids making, the wrong decision and stuff like that. And then they want to turn to the trans community and people like me and people like the doctors and other people and blame them for, something they decided to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I just can't wrap my mind around it. I just can't wrap my mind around it. So my advice to the trans youth: love yourself now. Learn how to socially live the life that you want to live, or be that person that you want to be. Go ahead and prepare yourself socially. You know what I'm saying? Learn to love yourself from the inside. There's the different things about you that you can love that's beyond your body. Forget about your body. Forget about this physical vessel, because it's nothing but a vehicle. Forget about your body. Just worry about keeping it running, staying healthy, eating fruits, vegetables, and working out and exercising. Those are the main things that you should worry about. And then work on self-love, affirmations every day. Knowing who you are, loving yourself on the inside. You don't have to love your body and, admire it and stuff like that, because I can understand how you wouldn't like your body parts, and, you're struggling right now if you are suffering with gender dysphoria. But that's why you got to go deeper than your body and beyond your body. You have to go within and really, really love yourself. And for some people, go ahead and try to socially transition. Tell your friends and your loved ones how you feeling. Tell them. You know what I'm saying? Because not all the time everyone gets on hormones and it just, solves all their problems. Sometimes people, they get on these hormones and they start to transition, and it doesn't go how they want it to. Feel me? So that's why I say you have to just start from within and love yourself from within, But personally, I just say keep it at 18 and just, just go with the flow. Because think about it, let me tell you something. You're going to be 17. You're only going to be a child for 17 years. All right, you're only going to be a kid for 17 years. Hear me out now. You're only going to be a kid for 17 years, right? You're only going to be a child for 17 years. You have the rest of your life to be an adult. You feel me? You have the rest of your life to be an adult. So what you need to do is say affirmations. Go ahead and manifest your body that you want. Go ahead and start, if you want, muscles and stuff like that, go ahead and start working out, exercising and stuff like that, wearing the clothes that you want to wear. If you wear makeup and stuff like that, putting on the makeup and stuff that you want to wear, expressing yourself, painting your nails, doing whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all want to become, stronger or bigger. Start eating a more balanced diet and working out and living in your head as that person that you want to be. So when the time and the age comes, it'll be there. But if you do have supportive parents and you just know who you are, then go ahead by any means. But honestly, I get tired of all this. Oh, they're pushing it onto the kids. How is somebody pushing it onto the kids when these kids are choosing that? And then they decide that this is not what they want to do. They've made life-changing decisions, and then they go back and they want to point the fingers at everybody else. I mean, that's the only reason why I say just keep it at 18, because don't nobody want to hear that, knowing good and well you chose that. You feel me? And then they want to turn around and come and blame other people. And I ain't that. But to my trans youth, man, love yourself inside. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and live your life authentically. You know what I'm saying? Work on yourself. build yourself up. Learn how to escape this world while you in this world. Learn how to escape it mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be places where you don't really want to be, but you gotta be there. You feel me? So I had to learn how to escape mentally. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to pretty much astral project, just leave, fantasize. You know what I mean? That's really the only reason I say, keep the age at 18 to transition is because, because of that. Like, I'm sorry, one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's how I feel. I mean, I waited till I was 18. I mean, I wish I could have started at 16 or 17, but hey, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about it, though. Kids should be able to start hormones at least around 16, personally. But at the same time, I would say keep it at 18. Because they're not going to let this down, that we're pushing it on to the kids and we're confusing the kids and the kids shouldn't be allowed to do this when it's up to the guardian. And most of the time, a lot of clinics and surgeons don't even deal with children. So you have to find a gender clinic that deals with children. But most of the time, once the parent give consent, I mean, it's over with. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about kids transitioning. I honestly feel like they should be able to transition around 16. If it was up to me, I'd say 16. But at the same time, it's like 16 and 18. I would just say leave it at 18. You might as well leave it at 18 because I'm sorry, you got people out here just doing wild stuff. They pointing the finger. But at the same time, it's your fault. It's your fault. Like, you can't, these kids, they go to the doctor and they tell them they have gender dysphoria and all these things wrong with them, then turn around and flip the script and try to blame mama and daddy for letting them do it. That ain't it. Or try to blame someone else when you chose that. You chose to medically transition. Like, when you signed them consent forms, you have gave up you gave them consent to give you that drug and you know the side effects of it. That's what medical transition is about. You feel me? But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I just say keep it at 18. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear all that whining about y'all pushing this on to the kids and the kids shouldn't be able to do this and do that. I don't want to hear that. And it ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault that kids want to transition. And I'm not trying to, push it or get nobody to transition. I'm just telling my story and my side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And giving my advice to the youth. You feel me? And being as raw, as real as I can about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out of here.